Let's begin there. Matt Schlapp is standing by, the former political director for George W. Bush, also the chairman for the American Conservative Union, he's supporting Donald Trump. Nomiki Konst, she is a Democratic strategist and host of The Filter on Sirius XM, and Brian Stelter sticking around with us here for this segment as well. We'll get to the campaign's response in the ADL in just a second, but Matt Schlapp, I mean, what was he thinking?
Well, I think we've all been there where you're doing a bunch of press and something slips. That's inartful.
I'm just going to stop you right there. Something slips? There are a lot of insults, you can choose from. But seriously?
But Brooke,
a gas chamber?
You know that his brother-in-law is Jewish. The last thing he would try to do is try to cheapen the experience of the Holocaust, and I don't think that's what he intended to do at all. And I just think.
So you think it's his fault, not the media's?
Look, I think it's not a great metaphor. The one thing I always tell candidates I work with, Brooke, just don't even use metaphors. Just say what you think. And what he was saying is the media's biased. Just stick to that.
Okay, Brian Stelter, what's the ADL has responded, the campaign has responded?
Yes, the Anti-Defamation League weighing in with a Twitter message, and the campaign also responding. I think we can put on screen the comment from the ADL, which came very quickly. They were weighing in, saying this was inappropriate, and that's partly why the Trump campaign then had to respond, putting out a statement saying Donald Trump Jr. And here's the tweet from the ADL. You can see that we hope you understand the sensitivity and hurt of making Holocaust jokes. We hope you retract. Now, other people, when they heard this comment, thought it was not about the Holocaust, thought it was about capital punishment. You can see here Jason Miller, Trump campaign spokesman, saying the liberal, dishonest media is so quick to attack one of the Trumps that they never let the truth get in the way of a good smear. Donald Jr. was clearly referring to capital to make the case that the media continues to take his words out of context in order to serve Hillary Clinton's campaign. So the argument from the Trump side is this was about capital punishment, not about the Holocaust. However, we should just point out the gas chamber idea almost never used in America anymore. It was many decades ago that gas chambers were used as a form of capital punishment, just for what it's worth.
Okay, let's move on. And Nomiki, I want to bring you into this. Ivanka Trump. So Ivanka Trump, she took serious issue with a question. This is with Cosmopolitan magazine about this controversial comment from her father. This was back in 2004.
Pregnancy is never, it's a wonderful thing for the woman, it's a wonderful thing for the husband. It's certainly an inconvenience for a business. And whether people want to say that or not, the fact is it is an inconvenience for a person that is running a business.
That was 2004. This is Ivanka's, this is the quote from the Cosmo interview. So I think that you have a lot of negativity in these questions, and I think my father has put forth a very comprehensive and really revolutionary plan to deal with a lot of issues, so I don't know how useful it is to spend too much time with you on this if you're going to make a comment like that, referring back to what her own father said in 2004. She went on to go talk about her father's track record and empowering and employing many, many women. Giving them equal opportunities. First, just Nomiki, your response to Ivanka's response, and should she have been sort of more prepped or have a better response to what happened many years ago?
Well, she seems in this interview, which was very detailed at the beginning until she abruptly cut it off. She seemed very detailed and knowledgeable about her father's proposals, except for the actual quotes and the positions that her father's had in the past. It's not acceptable. The program that they're putting forth puts the burden on the woman. It does not factor in men. It does not factor in same-sex couples. It does not factor taking care of family members who are dealing with issues. This is not a realistic plan. She's putting this forth, and she's become the surrogate on behalf of her father. And quite frankly, I think she's in a really difficult position having to defend comments like this. But the standard go-to is it's the press's fault. Anytime reporters pull out exact quotes or exact policy positions, and it's just not their fault. That's called reporting, and he's going to have to deal with that if he becomes president. And any surrogate has to deal with that if they have to go out there and defend his positions.
Donald Jr. and Ivanka, they're great messengers about the warmth and love of their father. It's harder for them to be surrogates defending his policy positions. That's what we saw in both these cases, and I wonder if we're going to see less of them talking about policy because of these missteps today.
Matt, I want you to respond to Nomiki, please.
Yeah, no, I think that's incorrect. I mean, basically, Hillary Clinton has put out a mandated 12 weeks of leave, and Donald Trump is coming up with a more flexible 6 weeks of leave, which allows you to have a savings account where you actually can take care of older folks in your family as well. So there is flexibility here, and I think that's a smart thing to do. And let me tell you, as the father of 5 children, I think babies are great. Are they inconvenient at times? Hell yes, they are. But they're what make the world go round. And I think this is great that Donald Trump is out there acknowledging the fact that families are what make America strong.
That's not
We're all
entirely
pro-baby.
true. I mean, we're all
Also
pro-babies, except for, overpopulation. But, they do cap it.
Put that in, huh? Okay.
But his plan does cap it at $2,000 for that savings plan. He also plans to restructure the entire tax code that does not benefit working mothers and working families. It excludes same-sex couples. It excludes men.
No, it doesn't.
If we really want to deal with gender, it does when it comes to men.
It excludes two men. It excludes two men.
Right.
And if we want to talk about the economy,
it follows the. Let's start to get this right. The fact is this, which is taxes are too high in this country, which is why you have 2 parents having to work in the workforce because it takes just to pay the taxes. And the fact is we don't have the same flexibility we had a generation ago where we actually could make the choice to stay home with our kids. For many families, that just doesn't work anymore. And the fact is this plan that Donald Trump puts forward treats same-sex couples like every other plan in the federal government.
I think the problem here is wages are down. We can have an economic debate, but the bottom line here is the average child to take care of children, it costs $12,000 average, about $12,000 per family. That's outrageous. A savings plan of $2,000 a year per family is not enough to take care of children, especially in rural communities where it can cost as much as rent. It can cost as much as 24 weeks of groceries. We're talking about student loans. That shouldn't be the choice, taking care of your child or paying off your student loans.
Okay, I think my biggest takeaway and my favorite line of this entire piece is that we're all pro-baby. We can all agree on that we're pro-baby.
Until there's too much overpopulation.
Yeah, that's another conversation. Brian Stelter, thank you all.